Hi guys! Scrolling down to pattern focus to find the next pattern that starts with C. We're going to do Corz or Corz 2. Not sure why there's two of them. I have not done either of them. They look oh, I see. They end up being the same pattern. Okay, let's look at these closer. This one says, please note this version makes it very difficult to apply the pattern on a waved line. Refer to Corz 2 for an alternative. So this is one way of doing the step out. Apparently there's two different ways to get to the same result. This is the result we're looking for, sort of this shield shape with these circles in the middle. And this one starts with the circles. Starts with the circles. Around the circles, then we're going to do not quite another circle around. We're going to do like this and like this with a big open spot at the top and the bottom. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to do these. And then we're going to connect those. And then we can embellish with the little dots and the little spots, right, like that. And then you do them in a row like this. But it says it's very difficult to apply on a wavy line. And look at Corz 2. So let's look at Corz 2. This one, this step out allows you to apply the pattern in a waved line, because instead of drawing the dots first, you draw these. So you still end up with a thing, but you can do it now on a curve. You draw the lines first. So we're going to do this and then this, like little corsets, like that. And then this part. And then in between here, we'll put the circle and this part. I think that's the way I want to draw it. It just seems more intuitive to me, and this way you can make sure that these dots are far enough apart. If you get them too close together, then this will all look funny. So I like this idea. So that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Corz 2. But either of them end up with a similar result. So it just depends on how you want to draw it. So that's what I am going to do. Okay, put my phone over here so I can see. Stand her up. And let's just do it on a big one. Why not? Turn on my light. So you can get rid of all those shadows. Zoom in a little bit. Awesome. Okay. I think I want to do a bit of a border. And then I like the idea of being able to do it on a curve. So let's do it on a curve. Let's give me a curvy line like that. And I may do another one. So we're going to start with this one. I need my pen. So I'm going to start here and make these sort of corset shapes like that. Is that far enough? Do I want to go further and like it's going behind there? I don't know. I'm going to stop with that for right now. So then we do this shape. Kind of looks like an apple core, doesn't it? A little bit. even though it says it can be done on a wavy line, I didn't make that very wavy, all things considered. That's interesting that I really didn't wave very much. I'm going to put ourselves a circle in here. Like so. And then this comes, does it come all the way to the end? It does. Okay, so from right about here to in here somewhere. A little curvy line like that, and then one that goes that way from the other side. Pretty simple. I'm happy with the ease of construction. Sometimes they are not simple to do. I feel like I want another one here though. Okay. And then we can embellish the inside of that as we see fit. So I think I'm going to try a more curvy, a really curvy line. Maybe one that comes behind here. Like that. Like really curvy. That's too close to that other one. Okay. Maybe like that. Like that. Ooh, we'll give it a real big swoop. Let's do that. Let's be bold. So then we're going to go with that corset shape again. And some of these will be behind there. And that's cool. Oh, that's a good way to do it. Like that. Okay, and then over, and you don't see that, and you don't see that one, and you see bits of that one. Now that looks like some kind of bones or something. And the circles. And then the ins and outs. That works. Something like that. And now I'm going to do one more going through here, I think. No, that won't work. I want it here and then here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So let's do it again. And I'm going to do it a little bit taller and skinnier. And you'll come, and maybe going this way. Like that. Something like that. And then this one's going to be more of an oval in the middle. Because I have them so long and skinny, I think an oval would be more appropriate. Like that. I forgot to do that as the next step, but I guess it doesn't matter in which order you do it. Not really. Kind of look like little angry owls. I don't know why you want to always make it into a shape that is a recognizable shape, but you do, even though it's not a recognizable shape. It's just weird. Okay. Oops, I missed one. Hunky-dory. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now around my border, I'm going to do, I don't want a brush, so I'm going to do my big fat pen, and I'm going to do sort of dashed dots, lines. Something like that. Little Morse code. And I'm going to erase all those guidelines. In some circles you might call them not templates. Here we might call them a template or a grid line or string. I haven't used the terminology in so long, but basically it's just a compositional guideline. That's all it is. Okay, so now what I want to do is decide if I want to do any more embellishments or if I want to just leave them as they are and maybe just do shading or maybe do some coloring. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with them yet. Thinking I want to shade. I'm gonna make this go more into the corner there, like I did that one. And those are fine. I'm thinking maybe I want to shade around the objects, like here. I think I want to go around, completely around each of these string things to make them stand out from each other. And then, and from the background, and then maybe I'm going to color them. Which one's on top? Do you remember which one's on top? What was my first one? This was my first one, right? So this one's the one that's on top. I've forgotten already. This one needs to go with a circle shape here. Alright, let's blend that and see what I get. I'm not sure if I want to color or not. I might. Something like that. Yeah, you definitely see that. Okay, awesome. It stands out from the background now. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go around this shape. But where it overlaps, where those two overlap, that's just going to get darker right there because that one's overlapping this one. And then the same thing over here. This is going to come here. And then that's just going to get a little darker right there, like that. Something like that. Same thing here. We're just going to do a little bit of shading this way. This is missing. Something like this. And a nice blend. At this point, I'm just going to continue to embellish and color and whatever. If you want to skip to the end, go feel free. I may stop and answer a question. I know how some of you hate that. Too bad. It's my channel. I can do what I want. You'll notice when I do this kind of shading, I'm not super careful with where I'm putting that graphite down. I'm just kind of getting it in there, and I'm using my blender to smudge it to where I want it to be. that. I'll get all this done, and then I'm going to take a look at it through my camera lens, through the monitor on my camera, and then decide if I want to do something else with it or if I like it the way it is. I could, the step out has you embellishing these bits more, but I don't feel like it. So I don't think I'm going to. But I do think I'm going to color. Okay. So, and I don't know what happened to my water brush. So I've been having to use a little cup and some water, which of course the last time I did this I knocked it all over the place, but whatever. I think I'm going to use my markers, and I'm going to make one shades of brown, 2, 3. One of them's going to be shades of brownish red. Is this one even a brown or is it a red? No, it's a brown. Okay, I'm going to do the browns in the background. I'm going to do circles. Like that. And then this color in here. That. Well, that needs a little blending right there. I see a spot that needs blending right there. Okay. And then the lighter color this way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my brush, and I'm going to take these water-based pens and just kind of smear them around a little with my brush and see what happens. I should have started with the light. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start with the lighter color. I like using my water-based markers in a sort of a watercolor way. Not really how they're intended, but I like to do it. And this paper is not intended for water either, so it doesn't always cooperate well. As long as I don't get too terribly carried away with the water, like one little dump in the water and dip most of it off, it doesn't get too wet and too buckly. Okay, and then the middle one. And then I'm going to do it again with another set of colors. Just keep going. to continue with some of my questions because that makes for me to have something interesting to talk about, or not, as the case may be. Next one. If you could have one YouTuber's makeup collection, whose would it be? Well, you guys already know that I'm allergic to makeup, and so none. That would be easy. Do you have a nickname? Kind of. Dawn is sort of my nickname. For both myself and my sister, our name, my mother chose to name us, and then she did not use our first names ever. So I don't go by my first name. I go by my middle name because that is what my mother always did. So I guess sort of I have a nickname. Trying to decide on what color pen I want to use here. Those two are almost identical. That's interesting. Those two have completely different cap colors and they're almost identical when you swatch it on a piece of paper. I'm going to use one of those. Not this one then, because that's almost the same color. And these two are almost the same color too. So I want the one that was less. I'll do that one, and then maybe we'll use the teal with those. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to use this as the lightest color. All right, next question. I'm not going to show you the question. It says, what do you think is the best thing about your YouTube channel? The best thing is community and the people that that come together either on the comments on the YouTube channel itself or on my Facebook page is just you know, the stories you guys tell me, the things you you share with me. I think that's the best part, is community. And I think that's the best part of any YouTube channel, is the community of people. And I would hazard a guess that if you ask other YouTubers the same question, I mean, unless they're like the super mega YouTubers that have silver, gold, platinum, diamond play buttons, those people might say something different. But I think just the small YouTube channel people, the best part, I think everybody would kind of agree, is the community of folks. And maybe even the bigger YouTubers would say the same thing, you know, because without the community, the YouTube community, people who actually watch your channel, there would be no channel, you know, really. So I think that is the most important. Okay, oh, don't knock over my water. I'm gonna make a mess. I'm just try so hard to put things back where I get them when I'm working, so I don't have an issue and I don't lose things. That's when I have the most issue, is when I lose some of my art supplies, is because I didn't put them away properly. You guys have that problem with stuff? If you don't put it away properly, that's the time you lose them. Yeah, that's me. And I do tend to not put things away properly, so I'm working really, really hard here in my studio to make sure that when I use something, I put it away. And that way I'll keep a tidier studio and I'll be able to find my stuff. I'm still not completely moved in here. I won't be until after the first of the year. I just know it. We're already running out of weekends to do stuff. into schedule stuff. Ooh, that one doesn't spread very much. Huh. That's interesting. That particular pen is pretty darn stable. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep smudging it and maybe it'll bleed over time. Really expected it to react more than that to water. Yeah, so I'm not going to be in my studio, like fully in my studio for a while yet. Eventually I'll give you guys a tour. But right now, the only thing that's in here that's like needs to be in here, that's going to stay in here exactly where it is my desk, my new desk that I bought, my air conditioner, and my heater. Those are kind of in the places where they're going to stay. Right now, where my credenza is going to go, or my desk is going to go, I have another desk, a small one. Right now I have a plastic table there because that's where I was using my glue and stuff for my ceiling, which I need to finish, which I still haven't done because I'm missing some artwork. I'm going to have to make more artwork is what I'm going to have to do. And I guess I'll do, I don't want reds or yellows. Reds will be more prominent, huh? Well, maybe I'll do an orange. Let me swatch these. Ooh, that's bright orange. Okay, so I want to do an orange, a medium sort of orange, and a red. Oh, that's kind of a pinky red. That's not what I expected. That's a red red. Okay, that's a red red. Is there an orangey red? Yes. Okay, that's an orangey red. All right, I'm going to do those 3 colors for the last one. All right, there's 3 questions left. I'm just going to get through these 3 questions because, you know, there's not much left. And then I have no idea what I'm going to talk about in the future. Question is, how many cars have you had and what were they? I think I've already answered that question. Wasn't that? Well, maybe not. Maybe it was the first car that you've ever had question. But I've had one registered to me as in my own name when I was a young adult. I've had, no, I take it back. I had 2 as a young adult registered to myself. I've had, actually, no, I think my mom had that one. I don't think I was registered to me. It was my car, I drove it, but I don't think my name was on it. I don't remember now, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. So I had a Mustang, ugly, 1972 or 3, no, 76, 1976 Mustang, white with a green pleather, was it called Landau roof, where the car, let me draw a little, I'm gonna draw you a little car. A little car like so, right? And here's my window, my driver's, right? And then back here, just this part had this like pleather back end. It was ugly. It just was. this drawing's better than the look of the car. But there was that one, and then when that one died, my first car that I know for sure I bought with my own money was and registered to me wasn't even a Nissan. It was a Datsun 310. Stick shift, bare bones. It had no carpet. And you could buy it from the dealer with no carpet and no radio and no air conditioning. It was a tin can with a gear shift, and it got me from point A to point B, and it was the cheapest car I could possibly buy. But it was brand new from the dealer. Yeah, I don't remember how much it was, but it was super cheap. And then after that, my husband and I got married, and we turned in the 310 when, let's see, when did we turn in the 310? Trying to remember the sequence of events. My husband would know this way better than me. I believe we turned in the 310. My husband had also a Nissan. It wasn't a Datsun. It was after they changed to the brand Nissan. My husband had a Nissan station wagon and a motorcycle, and we turned in my tin can and bought a Ford Ranger truck that we would use for camping. I'm pulling the trailer. I believe that's how it went. But then my husband would drive the truck and I would drive the station wagon. And we kept that station wagon until I was pregnant with my son, and we upgraded. I don't know if it was an upgrade or not. Turned out it wasn't an upgrade, but we changed vehicles from the Nissan station wagon to a Ford Taurus. That was the worst idea ever, but you know, I had pregnancy brain. I'm chalking it up to pregnancy brain. I was like 8 months pregnant when we bought the darn car, and I wasn't in my right mind. Don't make major decisions when you are pregnant. It's a bad idea, let me tell you. But anyway, yeah, pregnancy brain happened, and I made a poor choice in vehicles. And then we kept that car for the longest time, and then we switched to, we turned in the Taurus, and that's when I got the truck I have now. And I love my truck. I have a Ford Explorer Sport Track. So it's a pickup truck, but it's like a miniature pickup truck. I really like it. And yeah, so that's where we're at. I have my pickup truck. My husband, somewhere along the way, we had gotten rid of the other pickup truck, and he'd gotten his sedan. He likes his big full-size sedan, Ford Grand Marquis. I don't remember in which order things went. Could have been a completely different order. I'm going to call it both Corz and Corz 2 because you wouldn't know how I drew this unless you watched me do step by step. It could be either or, but I do like the colors. That's fun. All right, looks like some DNA strands, I think, with the coloring that I did. But it makes me happy. All right, so I will see you guys later. I have a couple of more questions that I didn't get to. I'll do them on the next one. That's okay. Give me something to chat about. I will see you on the next video. And you guys go out and have a nice day and do something nice for someone today. I'll be back.